Today we're going to be rebuilding the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who honestly in real life probably don't need much of a rebuild. Obviously won their division, got to the playoffs because of that, and if they finished a little bit better, would have beaten the Commanders probably, and who knows what happens. Of course, there's still some holes on the team, and really it was kind of an any given Sunday type of moment. The Commanders were obviously hot, and it was a good matchup between two good teams. One has to win, and it just wasn't the Buccaneers. Simply put, they go into the offseason with maybe some defensive needs more than anything, as they had a decent defense with a great offense, and they decide, what, we're going to pull a Seattle Seahawks, and we're just going to triple down on wide receiver. We already have two really good wide receivers. Let's get another one in there. Egbuka, fits right in the slot right away, and McMillan's not even a half bad wide receiver either. Obviously, you've got Mike Evans and Godwin are getting older for sure, especially Mike Evans, but this is a wide receiver room that's really good without Egbuka, and it only gets stronger. Big question mark here is Baker Mayfield, and that question mark is, why is he only an 83 overall? He has been very good the last 2 years, especially the last season. Unbelievable year, obviously, in 2024, and I'm really surprised he's not higher than 83. He's a superstar dev, but only an 83 overall. I don't understand the logic there. This is kind of where they don't probably need a rebuild in real life, but maybe in-game they do, kind of comes from. Lower overall. It's going to be 84 here with this upgrade point, but we also do have a training camp, so should get to 85. We might be able to keep him alive with those training camps, get him to maybe an 88 or so. Of course, Bucky Irvin, another guy that probably deserves to be a bit higher than 83, arguably the steal of the draft. Unbelievable season. I've seen some people getting a little crazy saying, closest to Barry Sanders I've ever seen. And I got to say, there are some similarities. But yeah, let's pump the brakes just a little bit. Cade Otton, he's a serviceable tight end one. He'll be a Patriot in like 4 years probably. Offensive line, obviously, really, really good offensive line last year. And, Cody Mauch, this is a football player, right? If you saw Cody Mauch with the gap teeth, if you will, and you didn't expect him to be good, I mean, are you even a football fan? Of course, Godecki, a little surprised he's not star development trade, and really the big question mark is left guard. I suppose center a little bit as well, but left guard, especially here in Madden. Offense is not a problem other than, potential regressions because of age. Obviously, Wirf's a really, really good tackle. We didn't talk about him because you feel like you don't need to talk about him, right? And then defensive, we talked about it being decent, not great like that offense. There's a lot of good playmakers here. Edge, pass rush in general is a little bit better than you would have expected. Diaby had a great year, and now you have Hassan Reddick, who maybe if he's healthy can put some solid work in. But their fourth-round pick, David Walker, is going to be the guy that we're going to start here. I want to get the rookies in there. It's kind of half the point of doing these rebuilds is getting those rookies going. Also, once again, I keep forgetting to show you the damn rookie ratings. We'll go back over to the front where Egbuka is in a moment. Of course, cornerbacks, Jamel Dean, the last of the big three, if you will, between him, Sean Murphy Bunting, and of course Carlton Davis. Very good. They arguably kept the best one, so good call there. Benjamin Morrison was their second-round pick. Some injury concerns for sure, but not a bad-looking cornerback who probably will be our number 2 going forward. They also, because corner is one of their bigger needs, doubled down and took Jacob Parrish as well, who we're going to have in our number 4 spot. For now, some of the ages are a little bit lower or younger than they are in real life, but I just kept them base because that's what I do for all the rebuilds. Whatever the roster had at that time is what we're going to stick with. Linebackers, obviously you're going to need some linebackers. Levante David's not getting any younger, and even with him being good, if he played another 5 years, you still need linebackers. The rest, not the best. Safeties, obviously Winfield was battling injuries, and then Tyke Smith, there's some potential there, and obviously Vita Vea, he is climbed back into that great status. For a while he was kind of falling off. He's kind of playing a little mid a little bit. I don't know if there was injuries or what the story, but last year was obviously a pretty damn good year for him. Still, a little bit of rotational stuff. Also, we do have Desmond Watson, who you can't make 465 pounds or 464, whatever he is. But here are his ratings that I gave him. You can't do it. You just can't. He can't go over 400 pounds in the game, which is just absolutely insane. And then here is, of course, Egbuka on the offensive side of the ball, where, once again, he will be playing the slot for now for us. But yeah, don't get me wrong. Vita Vea has been very good, like basically his whole career. But there was, a point in time where it kind of was like, oh, is he maybe getting a little bit worse? Is he regressing? And then, he turn those question marks away. As look at Baker Mayfield's throw power. Like, we know he's got a strong arm, but I have not used him in Madden. This is lasers. Oh my god. Also, let me know in the comment section below what team you'd like to see rebuilt next. Maybe leave a like if you end up enjoying, and subscribe if you're new. It was a toss-up between this and Broncos, I think. This one, the Buccaneers had a little bit more tagged in the last month when I searched it. And, yeah, so maybe Broncos is the very next one. I've seen some Jets suggestions, and there's some teams. Chargers could be next. Some teams, yeah, I kind of just go by ear. I'm just kind of whatever happens. I also do want to throw a couple of challenge rebuilds in there to mix it up as well. But we'll have another rebuild on Monday if you're only interested in rebuilds. If you're interested in Chupacabras, though, we had one earlier today, and we'll have one tomorrow. Regardless, the yap is over. Resignings, we have Levante David. I don't know, did they sign him to a longer-term deal in real life? I'll sign him whether, they did or not, if he doesn't retire on us. Also, I didn't add Shiloh Sanders as much as, hey, I'm rooting for him. He seems cool. I'm not against it. I don't really care. He's 25 years old, all right? And practice squad, special teams kind of guy. You're just not going to do much with him in Madden. As much as people are going to love using him in game, hell, I might even add him to, our relocation franchise in Madden 26. I don't think you can do much with him in Madden. 23-year-old normal dev safeties that are low. I'm like, 25? That's a GG. Hey, David Walker's star dev. We're in the playoffs. I got Cheetos in my mouth, and we're in the damn playoffs, but we have the Cowboys. If the Steelers didn't trade George Pickens to the Cowboys, I wouldn't be playing them right now, I don't think that he's an 86 overall. You can't tell me an 86 overall isn't adding at least one win to their total. One win was enough to get them the 7th seed, I imagine. The Commanders are, 9-8 there. I just think we got screwed by the Steelers here. Baker, though, Buccaneers scheme, a scheme that I've known of. That's a decent passing scheme, but haven't really used it much. We're going to get some value out of it this rebuild, I think. Baker, over 4,000 yards, 36 touchdowns, 13 picks. That's a great season. Rushing, bad season for Bucky in real life, but in game, as far as a rookie goes, even if he's an 83-plus overall rookie, that is a good season. As far as receivers go, we had not much from Egbuka yards-wise, but 9 touchdowns is great. The top 2 wide receivers were solid, and then tight end was kind of meh. Looking at the blocking, fair enough. Right, Godecki was not great, but fair enough. Diaby, 13 sacks, 11.5 for Vea, 8.5 for Walker. Oh yeah, I should have also mentioned we went to a 4-3 because A, I didn't think we had the strongest edge room in the world anyways, and B, I'm done with the 3-4s. Did the Steelers because they are just so perfect for a 3-4. Like, they really have that damn thing locked down with those 2 edge rushers. But as far as, this goes, I think, 4-3. 4-3 for 99% of the, rebuilds going forward. You just get awful numbers if you don't. And it's just, I'm done. I'm over with it. I'm over it. Any award wins? Offensive Rookie of the Year? No. Defense Rookie of the Year? No. Nothing at all. But a playoff berth right away, which is awesome. We've been kind of missing the playoffs a lot. That Steelers one, I think we had one playoff run. Like one, which is really bad. But it was a pretty good one. 87 overall to the 86 overall Cowboys. We are a better team. I've seen the rare but occasional year 2 Super Bowl wins for the Buccaneers, so us moving to a 4-3, which is a little bit better of a scheme. You never know. We could win a year 1 Super Bowl. We'll see. Huge drive there to give them the lead. A huger, bigger drive in the second half to get that touchdown. It's a 3-point game right now into the fourth quarter. We get a touchdown. We're up by 4. The Cowboys with a potential walk-off here from the 9-yard line. I don't know if I want to really come into the game, but I also don't want to lose because the game's like, well, don't worry about it. We'll clearly sim it fairly. And back of the end zone. I don't even know if he got a swap, but regardless of the point, it is a turnover on downs. Oh my God. He must have got a hand on it. There's no way CeeDee Lamb's dropping that. Let's see this thing. We're going to see it at this angle. He had to get a hand on it. Ah, he's goated. Yeah, at first it didn't really look like... I can't believe how nonchalant he is. This is literally for the playoffs, and he's just like, get out of my way. And he almost caught it, but he would have been out of bounds anyways. Good adjustment, but too late. And, of course, they are going to challenge this, which or review it. I don't really understand the review anyways because he doesn't even officially catch it anyways, let alone whether he was in or out. He didn't possess it for long enough. He just dropped it. But huge run for 9 yards. Bucky Irvin calls game almost on the very first carry. As they're going to win 24-20. The Cowboys, 9-8 or not, they are one of the toughest teams in Sim to beat. Baker threw a pick, but it was a good game. Besides that, Irvin was fair enough. That long of 9 might have been right there at the end of the game there. But Evans, Godwin, some pretty good numbers. Pickens you talked about. Guyton gave up 2 sacks. Odigizua with 2. Diaby with 1.5. Cansey with 1. Half for McCollum. Pick for Trayvon Diggs because he'll always take the ball away. But we do win a playoff game in the year 1. It's not bad. Divisional, what are we looking at? The Chicago Bears. Okay, that's a little crazy. 11-6. The Bears have improved vastly, so it doesn't absolutely surprise me, but at the same time, it's just been so many times now with the Bears where I feel like, as a Packers fan, I've said that almost every single season over the last 3 years, that the Bears are vastly improved. Caleb Williams comes in. You're like, okay, they actually might have a quarterback. This guy's, generational talent. Didn't really have a good year. Year before that, it's like, oh, they actually have a good group of receivers. Justin Fields and that offensive line. It wasn't there. I mean, now, they've got a better offensive line and we're getting cooked. And wow, we're actually really getting cooked. They got more weapons. But hey, we'll see. I mean, they're killing us right now. If this is any indicator, they are. I mean, they're smoking us. I will say their defense is way better than their offense even was, as we scored 17 points, and it was just barely crawling along at the end to get that score. But yeah, long story short, no matter how good of a roster the Bears have, they always seem to find a way to just crumble. So I just can't buy in yet, As far as the offense goes, though, very disappointing. Irvin, 6 for 10. That's horrible. Baker was good, but that pick, again, not helping anybody's case. It's a bit of a lackluster one. I mean, you don't expect to go home by, taking on the Chicago Bears. Lions Chiefs Super Bowl. Been seeing this a little bit lately. And I got to root for the Lions every time, even as a Packers fan, because I am sick of seeing the same kind of teams win the Super Bowl. We do have an off-season workout, which is nice, but DevOps, offensively, unfortunately, not a single one. Baker goes to, is that an 87 overall? Oh, wow. That's not bad, actually. Of course, XP it's going to take a while, right? He just got there. It's going to take a while to get to another upgrade, but we do get the training camp, so he'll be an 88 overall, probably peaking at an 89 if we're lucky. Irvin's an 88 overall now. Egbuka 83 is not bad. Otten at 79. Could be looking to replace him potentially. Lavonte David's still here. He's an 87 overall. Very surprised by that, actually. Defensively, though, I mean, there's really not a dev up on either side of the ball. We gained no dev ups, sadly to say, but it was still a developmental team. We developed, we upgraded overalls, and then obviously got that playoff win, which is nice. A little bit of playoff experience, if you will. Oh, and a little bit more for Baker. I'm sorry, Mike Evans, but quarterback's just a little more important. I mean, Egbuka is kind of pushing you on his own before I even have a chance to. Yeah, I don't think he needs to worry about his throw power. Relax, Todd. Something tells me he'll be fine. Let's take a look at this Buccaneers retirement party, if there even was one. Who retired on us? Justin Bethel, special teams business. Negotiation 7 of them to Lavonte David, obviously, is one of them. I have no idea if he has a real-life contract going forward, so I'm going to have to look. It actually is like a 1-year 10, I believe, so we're going to try to get him back on a 1-year 12. Glad he took it. High interest, so it makes sense. And while some of these guys are at least, okay starters if they need to be, I think we can do better, especially through the draft. Let's go to free agency 1. I don't think we're going to spend any money, but if we can't, we could do a 1 year. I'm not against it, right? We could do a 1 year for sure. Bobby Wagner. Ooh. Bobby Wagner, Lavonte David, dude. Why has that not happened yet? I'm just asking simple questions. We don't need to start yelling. Simple question, just give me an answer. Brandon Scherf. Did he retire? I don't know why. There's one of the linemen that retired a little earlier than I expected. Was it him? I don't think it was. Who the hell am I thinking of? I don't even know. But we get both veterans. I mean, this is a playoff push. That's the whole point of this thing. Bobby Wagner and Brandon Scherf are going to be two very high, cut-the-corner starters for next season after, a playoff berth. And not just probably a berth, a playoff win. Alrighty, pick 26. Needs, per se, off-ball linebacker, and that's it. One. Obviously, down the line, we have issues. We could use, tight end, sure, why not? Could use a tight end. Down the line, we're going to have some O-lineman issues. Linebacker for sure. But as of right now, how it stands, really just one linebacker. And that's about it. Got a couple of those options. Got a couple of corners on the board. Don't even really necessarily need a corner, but I threw them all on the board. Why not? We're going to go to 26. If we feel like tight end, maybe we take tight end, We have all 3 tight ends because that's just how it goes, right? I scouted the last one because he's the third guy. 4'6", 4'5'9", 40. Very good. Ron Hodge looks great. Is that who we take in the first round, though? I don't know. I'm getting O.J. Howard flashbacks. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I think probably leaning towards bad. I'm going to trade down. Maybe we trade back up for a tight end. But realistically, we see these tight ends fall all the time. We're going to go to the Seahawks here. They're not going to help us out this draft, but they're going to give us a third next year and the year following, which I think is just really not bad at all. So we're just going to keep hoping these tight ends fall, and we'll just... Honestly, I like all 3 of them. I'll just trade up for whoever's remaining of the 3. Von Holloway goes, leaving us with 2 tight ends. Also, look at this 28-year-old quarterback. Kind of crazy. Great throw power, or elite throw power, I should say, and then pretty damn fast. As far as, who we got here, you do have Zaire Weldon, who is faster. That eliteness and speed. It's going to be a tough one to pass on because Hodge, he is round 1. True round 1. Looks great. I really wish Weldon would have went. I'm going to actually go with the round 1 true talent. I think the other guy could be better, but I'm going to go with the true talent. I'm going to actually listen to it for once. True talent 9, hidden dev. That's all that matters. That hidden dev is all that matters. I am very happy with the draft pick for sure. Do want to compare the tight ends, though. I think all 3 are going to be good, but still just obviously, kind of curious about that one. As we are... likely going to be trading down because, I'll need linebacker and I need multiple. Towns, he's a weird one because he's around 1, but you're expecting normal dev because of the lack of speed. Whereas, honestly, Bradshaw would be the guy that I would expect the best of. Although Clifford looks insane as well. 1-2 with a 4.46 40. If they're really, real fast outside linebackers, then those are the guys you're expecting hidden from. But straight down again into the early 3rd. Seattle's not really doing it for me this time around, and personally, but if I have no other offers, that's what I'm going to take. This is not a bad trade, actually. Get a 4th from the Eagles, maybe use that as a trade up. There's going to be a linebacker, there's going to be a lineman there, so I don't really care too much. You're going to move down to 7. I think you want to come away with at least 1 lineman and get 1 linebacker here if you're us, so that's going to be the plan, I think. O-line, I don't really care. It's mainly interior we need anyways, so... I'm not really too pushed. But yeah, I think I'm going to take Craig Clifford first. I really like him. That speed, that athleticism, he's just insane. 25 true talent. And yeah, hidden development trait doesn't surprise me one bit. I think we're going to go for that day 3 middle linebacker as well. We're just going to keep 26 and see what we can do to trade up into, alignment of some sort. I don't know if this is an overtrade. I expected to cost this and more. We traded 120, 122, and a 5th round pick to move up to 22, keeping 26 in the process, which will be used to take a guard, Matt Hayes, future guard of some sort, hopefully. 52 true talent. And Dev, okay, I was a little worried about the Dev. I seen some of his key ratings, and I was like, this is a normal Dev 72 overall, but no, he is actually a huge draft pick. We're going to go for a linebacker here. Decently athletic, and Mr. Philip Bradshaw. Definitely going to be a little bit more raw, I would imagine, but good enough speed. I'm talking, thinking 87, 88 speed just based on that left side. 4.51 should be like 89, 90, but left side good is telling me 87, 88. So let's see if we can get a hit in there. That's the big question. 54 true talent, and yeah, 87 speed. Expected a hit because they're middle linebacker. Change direction's great. Jumping's a little low, but great draft pick. Future replacement for, I don't know, Bobby Wagner probably. What a draft. I mean, we added some 3rd round picks for the future as well, and some of our weaker positions have definitely gotten stronger. We're also going to take this corner. He's good speed, decent zone. Could be a future safety. Who knows? 145 true. Normal dev. If he would have been hitting, that would have been a crazy gem. And in the 7th round, we got a punter battle here. We have Ferreira and Johnson both with a elite kick power, and I think Johnson wins that. He's not only taller, he's got better awareness, got better, pretty much everything. This guy looks really good. I'd be shocked if he's not hidden dev. And call me shocked. I mean, just with the speed and the kick power, I thought, we're looking at a hidden dev. But either way, he's our starting punter nonetheless. Our punter right now is, on the older side, nowhere near that kick power. So we'll move along. We got a long-term punter. Save a little bit of money in the long run, probably. As we look at the draft recap, that corner was, our only 70, sub 70, under 70 overall, if you will. But Hodge... definitely want to compare him to the other tight end. But the main thing that I got with this Is this reminding me a lot of our Chupacabras, where we passed on a guy like this? This guy is slower, don't get me wrong, but we passed on a guy like this, and he was better. So we'll see what that dev looks like, but yeah, that's what I was thinking. Unfortunately, though, he is only Star Years to watch this time. The faster guy on paper and physically is the better guy. Watch 86, not a huge fan of, but yeah, we got to take a look at those other tight ends for sure. I'm actually more interested in seeing those other tight ends than honestly I am seeing these guys. Going to keep Clifford at right out, but since he's a starter, we are going to take a look at the dev. Superstar, hey, there you go. That's a good pick. Usually outside linebackers, you are seeing normal devs. Matt Hayes, I think it is left guard we're going to need in the future. Right now, of course, it's going to be Mr. Scherf, but down the line we'll need you, so that's why we drafted him. Star dev, left guard. Future starter coming up. And then, of course, Philip Bradshaw. Probably just going to stay a middle linebacker. He's got some versatility to him. Field general, I think he'll easily climb into. And we'll take a look at the dev. Could be another superstar. It is not. Wearing number 19 is definitely a move. Let's take a look at those tight ends, where those are the big kind of players we were looking at. Hollow is the first one off. 85 speed, 74 overall. Normal dev. That's an L. That is definitely a bad draft pick. I think the other guy is going to be really good, though. Wait. Oh, yeah, we took the middle one. Well, then, and there you go. Hidden dev, 88 speed. This guy automatically is better than the guy we took in, like, when you're using him. I will say the injuries are, there's some concern there, but just based on that speed alone, he is arguably instantly better. What's the dev? Okay, they're both stars. I mean, I don't hate it. I'm fine with it either way. So like our Chupacabras, where we took the guy a whole round early and he was worse. And the other guy, was taller, which would have been really fun. But Swain's great, so I don't mind. I mean, Swain is the more athletic guy, right? But Trevino would have been awesome. He's kind of that Gronk build, but even faster than him. As you can see, that Baker Mayfield, 88, 89 overall, looking pretty promising, actually, to hit that. Yeah, 89 overall, man. That was a crazy upgrade, to be fair. 2 to mid, 3 to deep, 2 to short, 2 to under pressure, and 6K XP, on top of another upgrade point we're about to get from training camp. Those scenarios, man, especially the offseason ones, they can hit big. Huge. I mean, he went from 83 overall to an 89, about to be 90 overall. I mean, if that isn't worth your time, I don't know what is. So to do some training camps, I probably should have done that first, but this is what the squad looks like. Obviously, left guard needs an improvement. Maybe even Mauk at right guard. He started off as an older rookie. Once again, it's proven that doesn't matter in real life, but in game, he's 26. His ceiling is quickly being reached, unfortunately. Rest of the team, though, Baker Mayfield absolutely surprised me how high of an overall he climbed up to. The wide receivers, though, definitely some concerns there. So if you want to have your absolute best window chance, I think it is right now. I think it's going to be in a weird spot, wide receiver-wise, a year from now, maybe 2 years from now. What do? Do you do an Egbuka and you put some high draft capital into wide receiver, or maybe trade one of the guys you got off? Because I feel like they're going to get worse very bad really soon. Defensively, obviously, you still have some lower overall starting across the board, but how do you replace them, right? Like, the linebackers, I get it because they're on the older side, but like, how do I start somebody new over Smith? I can't start someone new over Winfield. The corners, maybe Morrison should be corner too, but I can't start anyone over them, really. D-line, Diaby's still young enough. Cansey's obviously young. Walker's obviously young. So we just need these guys to develop, have a good year, maybe get a breakout, maybe end of season dev up, whatever it is. Try and fill the gaps, if you will. Alrighty, we got some contracts, $80 million. What do you do with Mike Evans? You definitely would like to do another year, which he does do, but after that, I don't know about that. McCullum, I think the price is right. Kate Otten, we've obviously already replaced. 3-year, 25. That might be, I was about to say, might need a little bit more than that. I think he's overall is good enough to where you do give him that contract. Godecki, I think you got to let him go, dude. $20 million per year. Who else do we have going forward? Cansey. I'd rather keep Cansey than Godecki, I suppose. I think that's how you say his name, right? It's not Godeke or something. That's a cool name, too, but he looks great. It's just, 11 sacks last year, another double digit this year. What's the motivation of keeping him? Even though in real life, obviously, you've got motivation to do so. All right, not a great start of the season, but a pretty damn good middle and finish as, man, I was about to say, we would have potentially had the number 1 seed. Lost a couple games near the end there. Not a great finish, but, I mean, a really good middle, a decent enough finish, as you can see here. Not a great start, but then you have a bunch of wins here. 5 in a row. You lose 2, you win 3, and then you lose the final one, which, again, might have cost us the bye week. Super disappointment there, as obviously the bye week gives you a massive advantage. Take a look at the numbers, though. We do have the Bills' defense on, admittedly, but the offense is still whatever the Buccaneers' offense is. And, the rush numbers. EA obviously did not expect Bucky Irvin to go off because the Buccaneers' run game was, it's been pretty mid for a while now. As Evans has his first year under 1,000 yards in the league. Hodge is actually pretty damn good for the Buccaneers scheme, and then Egbuka touchdowns are down. This offense was worse. No doubt about it. Pass rush edge looked great. Vea was solid. Cansey was solid. Vea was really solid with those tackles for a loss as well. A couple of picks. Kicking was great. Punting was great, especially for a rookie. And yeah, I mean, a little bit more of a complete season. A little bit worse on offense technically, but it's still a great year for them anyways. And then the defense kind of picked it up a little bit. Rookie of the year, number 2. That's painful. That is unfortunate. Defense rookie of the year, number 2. That sucks too. Obviously, he's already superstar anyways, but I'll take free XP. Why wouldn't I? But back-to-back years, we're in the playoffs, taking on the Arizona Cardinals this time. Up on them by 5 overalls. Here we go. End of the game. Arizona scores 10. Damn, they are on a tear. 17-0. Wow, that's not a great start for us. 17-0 at halftime. I guess we're running an offensive playbook change. I mean, this offense should be a lot better than this. We lose 14-28 to a Cardinals team that just, I mean, they don't really have any playmakers on defense to be doing this. 3 picks. Who is on that defense that you're like, yeah, this is a problem. How are we going to stop? How are we going to beat them? Josh Sweat, I guess, is the GOAT. Ebukam. I mean, this should have been a walk in the park for us. Genuinely. Will Johnson, I guess, is the truth. Garrett Williams, fair enough. I don't know. That is surprising. That I get it. You got to figure out a way to give us the sim loss when we're the way better team. So you got to make us throw 3 picks or whatever. But like, that is just baffling. That just does not track with real life at all. They're an 85 overall defense. We're a 92 overall offense. I mean, they just don't have the talent for that. They just simply aren't built to play as well as they did. Like left end, Walter Nolan. I mean, what kind of scheme are they even in? I imagine 3-4, but like, Sweat looks pretty good. I'll give them that. But this is a team that is still developing. Yet, they just smoked us as if they're actually one of the best defenses in the league. Which they rank about middle of the pack as far as coverage goes. A little bit better than mid. Actually, no, they are one of the worst coverage teams. They're in the bottom 10, bottom 12 range. As far as points allowed goes, they're top 10 most points allowed. I mean, it just statistically doesn't make sense for them to do what they did. So, I mean, I guess we changed scheme. I don't know, dude. Like, we got the Buccaneers anyways, into the playoffs again. Unfortunately lost, yeah, but if Titans are in the Super Bowl, that's kind of crazy. But it would be nice to actually win a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers playbook as well. That'd be kind of cool, even though we did change that, defense. As the Titans beat the Lions this time. The Titans, of all teams, have won a Super Bowl in year 2. Making this one feel a bit strange. As far as the offense goes, Baker Mayfield definitely would have regressed a little bit because he's an 89 overall. He should have been 90. So, I was about to say only lost 2 ratings, but those were throw power. 2 throw power is a bit of a hit for sure. Mike Evans is now an 87 overall. So, yeah, final season of him being elite. Egbuka is going to take over that spot, thankfully. But, yeah, we talked about it last year. This last season was the peak, I would imagine, as Vea goes to X Factor, which is sweet, mind you. And, we're about to lose some players. A lot of regressions, and more importantly, actual losses at a lot of different positions. We could afford most of them, but it's just not worth it. I know how this is going to go. This team's very expensive. We're going to lose some players. Might as well lose some players that are on the offensive line. And believe it or not, Levante David and Bobby Wagner, mind you, are both here. I think you got to replace them both, though. You just don't, A, have the money, and B, you have backups that Well, maybe you do have the money, but you have backups that deserve to stick around. Kansas is going to ask for a lot of money, but is it not still going to be more expensive to do the 5th year now and then, sit him for a little bit with that contract? Of course, Gadecki, I'll offer the 3 year 67, but yeah, he's going to be gone. Free tag-wise, I think we can keep him for 1 year and a 1 year 25, so that is what we'll do. Levante, if I can just keep one of these linemen, that'd be great. So if I can try to keep Levante on this 1 year 10, he does take it. We got our O-line and our linebackers intact for the most part still. O-line, I'm going to start the youngster, I think. Bobby's gone, unfortunately, but yeah, this is the team for now going into the next season. About the damn same. Not going to spend money as we've already spent a lot of money on our very own players. Greg Rousseau, what a name drop. Our edge has been great, though, so there's just no point in even going for him anyways. Cross would be a nice little corner cut. Has Tyke Smith even been developing? Still could be an option for us. Maybe you trade off Winfield if he's about to need a contract. I'd hate to do it, I really would, but, we're not winning games with Winfield, and there's no way I can pay a safety $20 million per. So do I just not trade him off for 2 firsts and then some? Jamal Adams went for what he did, so you got to pay Winfield here, right? Or he already has a contract, huh? Okay, maybe I'm chilling. Alrighty now, pick 23, and I gotta say, there was a quarterback, and yeah, he is a round 1. This is an interesting one because this guy looks like a can't-miss type player. Is he a can't-miss generational? I can't really tell, but this is one of those guys you need a quarterback, it's solved. You've got it. But we also have Baker Mayfield, who's 30? If he's 31, I might make a play. I might make a trade up. I literally didn't even look at what I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at Baker, and I accidentally just looked at the class again. He is 31. And that money ain't going to get any cheaper. Man, I really like Baker Mayfield here. I want him to just retire as a Buccaneer. I'm not going to trade up, but if he's there, that quarterback, I think I might have no choice. Man, that's tough because he had a good regular season again. Buck Hall looks so good. How do you pass on someone that looks that good? But at the same time, he could be normal dev. He could very well be normal dev. I don't need anything right now, though, right? We're kind of pushing it anyways, so with that extra 3rd-round pick on top of it, which is actually a higher 3rd-round pick, I'm going to take Buck Hall. I'm hoping for hidden. 7 true talent, look great. And he is hidden. That's a great draft pick. Oh, my God, he's insane. 96 throw power, 94 speed, 91 excel, 91 agility, 91 change direction. This guy is a talent. We have drafted the future of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That is a very, very good player. We got a bunch of linebackers. A lot of them are 2 to 3s. We need at least one, arguably. Not even one. We don't even actually need any linebackers, technically, but I wouldn't hate one, I suppose. More future-proofing, more offensive lineman picks, I suppose. Technically, once again, I don't think we actually need a lineman. You insert the left guard from last year, and you've got your starting lineup back. So we'll take some for the future, as Gadecki is probably going to be gone. Mauk is probably, or very close to be gone at least. Wide receivers on our board, but even then, if Godwin can play at least another season, we'll be fine with that. It's really just future-proofing for positions we don't even know if we're replacing just yet. Safety, I guess. Why not? But I suppose at this pick, do you not just grab that lineman who's around 1? Alfonso Stanford, he looks great. I extended the word Stanford because I thought it was Stafford, so I promise I'm not a little slow. 17 true, I'm feeling normal. Yep. See that high true talent? Especially when it's that high at 17. Expecting normal, getting normal. That's unfortunate. Good player, just that ceiling is horrible. It's just not good. I guess you go Calvin Taylor with our next pick. 50 true talent. Also normal. Wow. That is not our best work, I'll tell you that much. What do we got left over? Damn, they're all just gone, huh? I'm having to take both of these freaking wide receivers. We're going to take Ezekiel Vaughn. 37 true. Really was expecting a hit in here, to be honest. Going to move to 23, where if the wide receiver's there, we'll take him. If not, we're just going to trade down for next year, which Again, we have that extra third-round pick. Kind of hoping he is there. And he is. Bruce Polk, 6'6", 60 true talent. Normal dev as well. Damn, that draft sucked. We got an amazing quarterback, and then everything else was completely garbage. We got a 4th next year from the Bears. We're using our 5th and 6th this year. That 7th-round pick is maybe a kicker. I think our kicker's kind of on the older side, right? Maybe a fullback, if not. It's got to be one of the worst. Well, we do have one good one. That is crazy clutch. I was about to say, this is the worst kicking class I've ever seen. But Randy Maddox just happens to have a B accuracy, A awareness, elite kick power. So, yeah, sometimes just get lucky. 25 true talent, hidden dev. So, you get that generational guy, but every other kicker was garb. You know that? Can you change the strength for kickers? Like, surely you can, right? We should definitely bump that. Yeah, I'm going to start bumping that, I think. Go strong kicker punter. We're going to have just nothing but 90s probably going forward, but let's take a look at the draft class, see what we got. I mean, we got some good overalls. We just got really unlucky with the devs. Buck Hall looked great, and he was great. Really, there's not much more to it. I mean, he just looked like a can't miss. We didn't have many players to go for. You take a can't miss when you get him. Superstar dev on top of it. This is your franchise quarterback, and you still have a franchise quarterback. So this is your franchise quarterback after your franchise quarterback's gone, which is not a bad problem to have. Right? You get him for 5 years if you really want him. Baker Mayfield will be 36 by then. Probably long gone at worst. Too low of an overall to want to start anymore. Look at a wide receiver. I mean, Vaughn looks decent. Expected this type of player, but I actually thought there was a chance of hitting. I know it's asking for a lot, but I felt it. Bruce Polk, 72 overall. Tall. Definitely a guy you can develop. 99 juke move. We love to see those weird, tall with elusiveness builds. Very common when you see those 6'6"ers. Randy Maddox, very good kick power, very good accuracy. You would think a superstar dev because it's pretty obvious, but I'd say star, right? Nope, I'd be wrong. Superstar. So he is actually superstar, which is great. Can we actually replace our kicker? I don't even know who we got, but I don't think he's going to be as good as this guy in a few years, even though our guy has played pretty well. All right, we got our Season 3 roster. Obviously, Mike Evans is vastly regressed. Still 87 overall, so still good enough to be the number 2 for this season, but obviously Egbuka is going to be our wide receiver 2/1 going forward, as Godwin's not much younger. He's 30 years old, so wide receiver is probably going to be on our focus list coming up here. Offensive lineman, if we didn't get all those normal dev linemen, we would have been set. We would not even need another lineman for the rest of this rebuild, probably. Even if we can't afford Wirfs or, Godecki going forward, we'd have plenty, but no, that's not the case. We're going to need to draft some linemen here, I imagine. Everything else looks pretty good. I mean, quarterback, even if Baker regresses, we have Hall, who looks amazing. Defensively, D-line, Vita Vea going to X Factor, assume we can afford him, is massive. I think whenever Winfield needs a contract, though, he's got to go. It's nothing against him. It's just the position he plays. Safety, I can't spend $20 million per year on, in Madden. It just isn't going to work out. Team looks good. Does it look great, though? That's the question, especially at edge. Even though they've played well, they're not really superstars there. So we'll have to see what happens. 90 overall is very good, though, so I expect playoffs at the least. We got a lot of money, but, do we want to pay all these players? I am very conflicted about Baker Mayfield. We're also not having a great year, so that doesn't help anybody's case, but, that money, it seems like, hey, you're set, but you actually go into how many players you got to re-sign, and a lot of this will be gone. No doubt about it. You have Barton going on. Wow, yeah, Barton's an 85 overall. Holy crap, did he go up? But let's take a look at Mauk. I think, he's worth the 3-year. It's only $15 million per, technically less than that. Godwin's another one of those guys. It's a 1 year, I think. 1 year, 20. I mean, that's a really good deal. 1 year, 20. A little bit under that, obviously. Kalijah Kancey, we haven't really seen him play amazingly, but for that price, you got to keep him. He's a good player. Diaby, he's played well, so 3 or 70. It's expensive, but he's played well. He's deserved it. Vita Vea, for sure. He's an X Factor. He'll be around for at least another season. Jamel Dean, he's 29. So, I mean, if he was superstar, I'd do a 2-year right now, but unfortunately he's not. So, maybe I should have done a 2-year, but $88 million left. You got Baker Mayfield. I don't know what to do here because our backup quarterback has I wouldn't say a higher ceiling, but a chance to at least become Baker, and he's a lot younger. This isn't a great year from Baker. I can't lie. I don't know what to do here. Do you do a 1 year? Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a lot of money, and more importantly, we have a good backup. Not a great year, but we could still make the playoffs. I'm hoping we do, which we will not. Oh, my God. We're at 92 overall. We just missed the playoffs, dude. We live in a world now where the Panthers are the number 2 seed, and us at 92 overall can't make the playoffs. Well, we're going to be changing that scheme, I guess. To put into perspective, only one other team is 92 overall, and that is the Chiefs. I mean, maybe there's another one, but I highly doubt it. If the Chiefs are at 92, that's usually the benchmark, right? Chiefs, Eagles, if one of them is not higher than 92, then no one else is. Yet, we're the ones that missed the playoffs. I guarantee the Chiefs didn't. I'll tell you that much. The Chiefs are to be fair, they are the 7th seed, but yeah, it's... Sure, I guess. 92 overall can't make the playoffs. Yeah, just, I mean, what are we doing? You know, we're just losing to teams that we shouldn't lose to. Headed on to year 4, I mean, this looked great. Great start. Year 2 is looking promising for a Super Bowl win. Baker Mayfield, really good turnaround in the season. Irvin these rushing numbers suck from this scheme. Egbuka, we put him in the actual slot position, and he has definitely had a year without a doubt. Godwin was great again, to be fair, as well. Offensive line was pretty damn good, all things considered, Madden-wise. Pass rush, Diaby's going to go to Superstar one of these years. Who knows? Cansey and Vita Vea were good. Walker was worse than before, but still, it's fine. Picks are kind of low. McLaughlin was pretty good. Punting was great. Any award wins at all? I'm trying to think. Maybe best wide receiver? Perhaps. If we're lucky. We get... the Eagles winning every single award, pretty much. We get nothing. Eagles win the Super Bowl over the Chiefs. What everyone was wanting to see. Another, same kind of situation in the Super Bowl. DevOps not going to see one for Egbuka. Mike Evans has regressed ridiculously hard. Baker Mayfield's still really good as a 91 overall, so I guess that contract makes sense. And Levante David's still here, dude. He's 37 years old. Some of the other players, we've lowered Hayward, we lowered Trent Williams because, we feel like they're going to play a lot longer, which I think Levante will as well. But, they have contracts, so they have a little more of a reason to play. Levante's, playing one year to year now. So, there's not really as much of a reason technically. But he's still here. I don't think we're going to keep him this time, though. I think this time we're finally going to let him go. I really want him to win a Super Bowl here. Not that he hasn't already, but, with us... and I don't know if that's going to happen. Of course, Vita Vea is pretty much on his last legs, too. Do you take... I don't even need wide receiver, because I think Godwin's still pretty good, right? He's like 90 overall still, I think. He's going to regress really hard, though. Ooh, 87, actually. So, yeah, we do need wide receiver. It's just, not quite yet, I would say. Next year, for sure. But, preemptively going for wide receiver, running back, all that stuff before they're actually going to full-on start isn't the best move, but I could Egbuka this thing, right? It worked for Egbuka. He's backup. He's number 3, I should say. Oh, that's a good contract. $8 million, why not? He's the slot guy, and we've been able to develop him from that slot role, so I think we are going to probably try to find some sort of wide receiver. I really want to keep our tackle here, but he's not going to take this. What's the tag again? That is Mike Evans, not my tackle. It is, if they don't want me to double tag, tell the Bengals not to do it with T. Higgins. Obviously, they paid him in the end anyways, but I'm not the Bengals, so I'm not going to do that. Who said I have to do that just because they're doing it? $27 million. Could have saved money by letting the tackle go, but meh. As far as Aiden Hutchinson goes, it would be nice to have him, but we wouldn't have afforded him anyways. That was almost all of our cap room. And Walker, I think, is fine. I think the D-line's fine. They're getting older, and I don't love it, but I think it's fine. How much is Branch wanting? 14.5. Damn, so if Winfield, which he will, wants more than that, he's hitting the road. Nobody wants Mike Evans. That feels kind of painful, honestly. How is Quentin Johnston still so young, by the way? That's ridiculous. But yeah, I think we're going to save our money, not that we have much left anyways, and just draft our replacements, which right now we actually don't have many to, but, linebacker is one of them. All right, we have pick 18 overall. I scouted 2 wide receivers. I scouted a cornerback. Oh, I really wanted Beckham to be good. Wow, those potentials look so bad. That 4.34 with the size, I was loving it. I was thinking this is going to be the guy, but no, if anyone, it's McMillan. Even though, once again, those key ratings, dude, I get it. It's a wide receiver. Running back and wide receiver is hard to trust the key ratings because they just are all over the place. But we also have another 6'9" wide receiver like that. Steelers rebuild. But, yeah, I think you have to bet on McMillan, right? You have no choice. And then here at the corner, yeah, I figured he'd be good. He had an A man coverage B zone, and I just wanted to make sure. And, yeah, he is a top 5 talent. Is that who we take at 18? There is also some pretty good pass rushers, which, yes, we don't necessarily need them right now, but A finesse B power move is crazy good for an edge rusher. I mean, we've seen plenty of edge rushers that have just a B that are good, but yet we have 2 of them in this one that are actually A and B. So, I mean, if one of those guys kind of falls a little bit, how do I not make a play? I mean, these guys are some solid-looking pass rushers, and Walker did have a little bit of a tumble last year, so I'm going to slow sim it, but I imagine those 2 guys are going to be gone in the top 5 anyways. Rosenthal goes number 1. Edge rusher, Jennings one of them. If Kendricks... I mean, I don't know how far Kendrick would have to fall for me to go for him. Yeah, there he goes at 7, which is ironic. The Steelers, we were just talking about him. Let's go to 18. I might take that corner. Don't even necessarily need one, but, you know, Jamel Dean's not getting any younger. There we take. I mean, there's some other corners here, but Elam is by far the best. I'm going to take Sean Elam, A catching as well. 3 true talent. Hidden Dev. That is a really good draft pick. A lot of times you're expecting normal. I'll call it how it is. Let's go to the next pick. I want to, you know, save a little bit if I can. So let's go to... I think we can go to the Titans. Let's go to the Chargers. Getting risky with it. I don't want the Steelers to steal someone else I like. Let's go to the Chargers, get that wide receiver. And here we go. We make the trade up with the Chargers. Pick 6 in the 2nd round. Let's see what we're doing with that wide receiver. I think that's going to be the route, right? Damn, one of the other corners is still there. Will Rice. I mean, there's some really good-looking corners in this one. It's just our guy obviously looked a lot better, and I imagine he is a lot better. Corners, we probably do need to just start, like, dropping the strength from normal down to, like, what is it, weaker, and I think weak is, right? I think weak is the next one below, but Emmett McMillan, he's going to be the guy. Why not? I think 74 overall normal, but hopefully we get hidden. I think we're going to be pretty spot on with this one. He looks great, though. You know, what am I supposed to do? Not take a guy that looks great just because I expect normal? I expected normal for the corner, so call it how it is. Pick 8 in the 3rd round. I mean, this is probably O-line territory. Actually, no, and we need another linebacker, man. Who the hell do you take? Because there's a lot of good ones. I mean, Ballard obviously stands out because he's so fast. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What about that lineman? Greg Nicholson. Let's go Greg Nicholson and then trade up for, whoever's remaining if we need to. Hidden development trade, it worries me. Those round ones, they worry me. A lot of normal devs in there, but no, we get a hidden this time. All right, the last remaining linebacker that I really would like, I'll take a look at the other 2, though, to be fair, is Curtis Colbert. Don't know the zone coverage, but we know the block shed. We know he's fast. He's not that fast, though. He's fast, but not that fast. Let's take a look at Marion Abraham, who is 6'1", 21 years old. Pretty damn athletic, 4'5", and then, of course, you have George Little. He looks probably the best of the bunch. I'm going to take George Little. Little out of left field, if you will. 38 true. Hidden dev. There you go. Curious to see the other linebackers for sure. But I think for now, I'm pretty happy with that. Going to this pick is I might trade up with the Giants because there's a tight end that looks decent. Darren Ward, 6'6", 8 catching traffic with 4.58 speed. You could get sneaky hidden dev with that. I think it's worth a trade up. And we use a 6th round pick to move up about 17 spots with the Giants, which are going to be using this pick on a tight end. Darren Ward, get some depth. Our tight end room is kind of iffy. 19 true. That's a great draft pick. Ooh, he's only normal, but still, that's a great draft pick in the 4th round. Athleticism is key. Every single time, you're going to find great players if you just look at athleticism only. Jets are giving me a 5th and a 6th next year. I can't believe nobody offered me a 4th next year for this pick. That's kind of harsh, but whatever. Draft recap, what are we looking at? 79 overall. Sean Elam. I mean, just kind of took best available pick at that point. Let's take a look at those devs. Before we actually look at the dev, though, I'm trying to think, what do we want to do with them? Because I like to, before I look at the dev, make a decision on the player so I can't be swayed by their dev. Morrison's a decent overall. I think he just has to sit number 4, honestly. Maybe number 3 over Morrison. and then everyone kind of slides up one once Jamel's dead. To me, Dean's gone, or maybe we trade off Dean. I don't know. I don't really know if he can go any higher than 3 right now, though, but let's take a look at the dev. Oh, my, that's why I did it, too. Because there's a chance that could happen. That is an insane... Oh, I didn't even get to save his number. But that is an insane draft pick. McMillan, I didn't even pay attention. I was too busy focused on the corner. Really good overall here. 77 overall as well. X-Factor. That wide receiver is nice, though. Look at the juke move as well. But X-Factor, what a draft pick that is. Oh, my. Greg Nicholson, this will probably be our right tackle. I can't believe that, though. I mean, the guy's already good as is. We really do need to tone down these corner drafts. That's why, when we... I can't remember what it was. But, oh, yeah, it was like a franchise suggestion video, like how to start a franchise and like what you should do and all that. I'm pretty sure I did actually say to drop the cornerbacks down to weak. And that was like all the way back in like August. Because that's just how strong they've been. There's not really any other position group in the game that's even remotely as OP as the cornerback spot is. You're not always going to get those, in fairness. 8's kind of cool for tight end, no? I don't know why. I just kind of like that. But, yeah. Is it Kyle Pitt's number, I think, actually? But, yeah, corners are just insane, dude. Like, that guy makes our guy look like crap. I will say, though, you look around, yeah, you still have, like, 76 overall, 75. I get it, though. There is a lot of good corners almost every single season. You always see, like, some pretty decently high projected guys, but it is kind of ridiculous as well. 6'3", 97 speed, by the way. This guy's X-Factor. He's actually one of the better corners we've seen. Even then, Superstar is still great. Wow, we drafted a hell of a corner, I'll tell you that much. I was really wanting that wide receiver, and his true talent... Actually, let's take a look anyways. His true talent was not great. Thankfully, his true talent wasn't great, because I would have passed on this corner for sure. This corner is the future at some point. Beckham still might be good, though. And, I mean, he's not bad, but yeah, not hidden dev. That's not a wide receiver I'm mad about passing, I'll tell you that much. So I am curious about some of the other guys. 74 overall, Curtis Colbert. He was very good as well, actually. Let's take a look at his dev. Our guy was star. This guy's, I'm feeling superstar. Nope, he is star development trade. And then you have Abraham, another solid-looking player, too. Take a look at his dev. 87 speed, also hidden. So, I mean, you can't really go wrong with linebacker in this one. Thing is about going for an outside linebacker is that zone coverage is usually so bad. It's kind of tough. Like, how do you develop a linebacker who has like 58 zone coverage in game? You know, like you gotta manually upgrade all that, which is tough. Here we go for season number 4. Is this the year? I don't know. We're a lower overall than we started last year. We have McMillan in the actual slot. He's got a pretty damn high ceiling as far as the rest of the team goes. I mean, is Baker coming back for another season? I don't know. I kind of want to play it out with Baker, but Hall has got potential, man. He's a high overall already. He's an 81 overall and hasn't even played a single snap. 83, 84 by the end of the year, maybe? I don't know. But team does look pretty good, but you have some regression points, right? Dean, Vita Vea. I mean, even Winfield's like, 29 now? I mean, he's not getting any younger, I'll tell you that much. Obviously, Baker's going to regress, and Godwin's going to fall completely off, and yeah, I mean, last year was probably the highest ceiling. This year, you still have a pretty good team, and then, next year you're going to be losing some players. Not really having a great year. Do have a lot of money, though. Obviously, we're going to sign the youngest players first, because we're still just up in the air with Baker. I'm also not sure how we have so much money. Like, are we just getting good, the pass rushers might be a big part of it. Not having to spend, like, $40 million on a pass rusher has been huge. Morrison, obviously, I mean, these corners are asking for like pennies on the dollar, it seems. We're getting some pretty good value out of these corners as well. I mean, David Walker, a 5-year, $60 million deal. I'm going to play it out with lies, though, because there's a lot of times where, we do rebuilds, we have to overpay what they should be worth, especially at off-ball linebacker. So I'm not going to just do these like nuanced, like, oh, well, this one's a little lower than it should be, this one's a little higher. Quarterback is one to be like, okay, yeah, he should make a little bit more money, but every other position, I'm just going to play it how it is, because we see it all the time in real life where we're just shocked, right? Like, there's contrasts. You're just like, really? He took that? Like, even the Vikings with Van Ginkel. Why would Van Ginkel and his agent take a 1-year deal after the year they just had? Like, even if, the Vikings, which they maybe should be weary that he can't do it again, open market, you're asking for minimum 2 or 3 years, right? You're getting some guarantees there. So, I mean, there's contracts all the time where you're just like, really? They took that? And then, of course, I mean, Baker Mayfield, as much as I really want to start this other guy, I have all the money in the world somehow. You know, I could afford freaking Winfield like it's nothing. I don't want to, though. I don't want to pay him more than 3 years, so 3 or 55. Okay, well, we'll bump that a little bit, but yeah, Godwin's probably going to be gone. I mean, if Mike Evans regressed how he did and he was an X factor, Godwin's probably an 83 overall, you know? So if I'm going to keep him, I'm going to get him on even cheaper than that. But yeah, we've got a lot of money, and we're probably going to lose Godecki, but that's fine. That's okay. Tried to offer a 3-year 60 to Winfield. He said, I would like to play for a new team. I mean, I can't imagine the tag is much more than 20 per year anyways, so this might be a blessing in disguise. Headed to the playoffs, and we had a much better finish of the season than we did a start. We ended up with the 3rd seed, taking on the 6th seed Seattle Seahawks. Not a great start to the season, but as you can see here, we did finish pretty nicely. 4 wins in a row. Looking at the stats, Baker Mayfield, 40 touchdowns, 13 picks, 4,500 yards, which is a great season. Bucky Irvin, over 1,000 yards, 14 touchdowns. That Chiefs scheme, it's just better. It's just better. Egbuka was solid. McMillan, probably Rookie of the Year. Hodge was really good, obviously. It's the Chiefs scheme. You expect it. Godwin with, an okay year, considering he was kind of propped up as the 4th option this year. And then pass rush, you can see Diaby. He's been killing it. Vea and Cansey are solid, but Walker, massive, massive fall off. That is huge of a drop. Great tackles for a loss, though. Be crazy if he actually got the dev up and Diaby didn't because of the tackles for a loss, but still, picks, not bad, but yeah, that pass rush. Walker has been really good and then just fell off completely. Maddox, awful year taking over from McLaughlin, and then punting has been pretty damn good. Looking at the MVP, Joe Burrow wins it. Any awards for us other than Offensive Rookie of the Year? We do win that, obviously. And we almost had number 3, actually. But then, almost winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. But that is pretty much it. Got these Seahawks. Can this be the year 4? All right, going to the end of the game. 3-0. We get 7. We are leading, which is nice. 7-6. Defense is trying to do its job as the offense is just giving up the ball instantly. 15-10. Is this the Legion of Boom? Touchdown with a 2-point, which is massive. We are driving down. Holding the ball here wins you the game. 3rd and 10. This has been a very good drive. That is a masterclass drive, and we win the game by 10. That is huge. I mean, that was like a 10-minute drive right at the end of the game there. Clutching the F up. We'd love to see it. Baker was horrible. You almost lost to a quarterback named Ebert. Brother, you could never live that down. Ebert? Bro, if we ever see a quarterback, I kind of hope it happens. I want to see a goofy name QB just become, like, goated, or just a goofy name person just goated. If your name is Ebert and you're winning Super Bowls, like, I mean, there's hope for us all, you know? Which, to be fair, I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened. There's been a lot of goofy names over the years, but like, I'm talking goat, you know? Like, it's like, he's like Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Dan Marino, even though Dan Marino is probably not number 3. Ebert. It's like, what? Who? Who do you got in your third? Your Peyton Manning, Junkel. Like, who? Who's a Junkel? That's going to be some sort of freaking slang or something. Some sort of, some bad word. Can't believe he said Junkel. I gotta stop saying it because it literally could be, like some sort of word, some sort of racist term for all I know. But 14-9. We had a really good start here. Kind of struggling a little bit. That's what you get, you filthy racist. But it's not looking good. Hold on, Tampa, please. You're choking. I don't need this in my life. I need us to win. 4th and 2. You got to go for this. You really don't, because 54 is obtainable. But it's not only just the fact that, you're trying to get the touchdown, but also you're giving them the ball back with plenty of time. They try to go for the blitz. It doesn't work. We got Barry Sanders out here. That's a callback from earlier. Baker has not stopped throwing picks. This guy needs a round. Maybe I should have gone for the field goal because I feel like he's going to throw a pick. There you go. Good run. I thought it was a pick, dude. It was a touchdown with a flag, I think. And on 4th and 16, they don't get it. Going for it was the dagger. And we win the game 29-22 over the Eagles. Beautiful work. Of course, picks, a billion of them. Rushing, Bucky Irvin was great. McMillan, the rookie, had a great game. I mean, we beat the Eagles, which the Eagles are strugglesome. They are a tough team to beat in Sim Little. All these rookies killing it. Jake Elliott, he's like, I'm just glad I don't have to kick anymore, man. I'm happy. To the championship round, the Bears, they've taken us out once before. Why can't they do it again? Let's actually see who they beat on the way here, because I don't know. I get it. You got Caleb. You got some good weapons, but how are they just constantly doing well in the playoffs? So, oh yeah, they had the first round bye, actually, so they didn't even have to play that game. They beat the Niners by 3. So, I mean, not a spectacular game. This is the year to win it, too. You see the other side, Texans and Bengals. Those are not teams that are really super good in sim. Going to the end of the game, how we faring? 7-0, it's a great start. 14-0, it's a great start, but, you know, last time we played the Eagles, it was like that. A little bit better so far, though. 24-0. Wow, we are killing them. 31-0, 38-0. They're going to have to score. Yeah, I've never seen a 38-0 win, but 38-3 is very good, too. Very good as well. Let's take a look at the numbers. 5 touchdowns, 0 picks. Caleb Williams, 2 picks, 0 touchdowns. Finally, Baker played like a G. He's been throwing so many interceptions this playoff run, and obviously Little's been killing it too. They missed a field goal, so I mean, I suppose it could have been 38-6, but instead it was 38-3 instead. Let's take a look at who we are going to be taking on here in the Super Bowl. I'm guessing Bengals, right? The Texans aren't like a super common team to be playing, but you never know. Yeah, it's just I wanted to see the Texans here a little bit. I mean, this is still somewhat new, right? The Bengals have been to the Super Bowl recently enough, but they didn't obviously win it, so fair enough, right? Let's see how they played. Damn, were they the number 1 seed? God damn, why do we got to go against so many number 1 seeds? They beat the Colts by 16. They beat the Texans by 15. So they are a dangerous team, let me tell you. Let me tell you, they're not an easy team to beat. Let's take a look at these DevOps. McMillan should be superstar, honestly. Oh, wait, no, he didn't. Did he not just win Rookie of the Year and he's not even star dev? I've never seen that. I think the game bugged out because he's the number 3. Wait, I have never seen that. He literally, DevOps are automatically guaranteed with an award win. As long as, once, not twice, but at least once. And obviously he's a rookie. He can't win. It can't be his second year of DevOps, you know? Wow. The game bugged out. Fantastic. I say wow as if we don't expect the game to bug out. Baker Mayfield going to X Factor. That's a huge dev up. Hodge goes to Superstar, which is nice. Take a look at Hodge real quick, who definitely with that Chiefs scheme is loving it. He's loving life. Superstar dev. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. And then we look at the defensive side of the ball, where we, to my knowledge, don't go up in dev anywhere. Obviously, Elam's going to look special because he's an X Factor, but yeah, no DevOps here. But the team looks pretty good. It's a 9-3 overall, taking on the Bengals. Is it another year 4 or not? Or not? I wonder what the percentage is, because obviously, you know, we don't win them all the time, but I would say it's like 5% year 2, 9% year 3, 60% year 4, and then like 15% year 5, maybe 20% year 5. Of the ones we win, obviously, it's nowhere near that many Super Bowls we've won. We've won some, you know, some Super Bowls, but not that many, I don't think. Now we're really killing it, but it's not over. The Bengals are still scoring. Defense is starting to kick up a little bit, though. His offense is killing it, though. 31-17. It's still not over, and now I think that will be it. I think even though the Bengals aren't, there's no way they're actually about to come back here, right? Okay, there you go. Damn, son, relax. 38-31, though. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl. I actually can't believe with those contracts, though, that you can keep this team that intact. I mean, I suppose I'm trying to think, free agency-wise, do you really see their players often? Like, Vea, you see somewhat decently. Levante David, you see a good amount because, I mean, he's on the older side regressing. Mike Evans, Godwin, you see them here and there. Jamel Dean, you do see quite a bit. Winfield, you see here and there. Yeah, I don't know why they can't afford... Like, we didn't replace Baker with a younger quarterback. We drafted a guy to do that eventually, most likely. But, yeah, we didn't really get cheaper anywhere. I just think it's those edge rushers, man. The big one is the edge rushers, and then obviously replacing a big name, big money Mike Evans type with Egbuka, and then, you know, McMillan coming up. Baker Mayfield was obviously great, but... yeah, this is a team that I was expecting because of, you know, how good some of these, you know, veterans were and how expensive some of them were, that we were going to run out of money, but we actually had plenty of money. I mean, even we kept the tackle. You know, we tagged him every time, but honestly, how many times you tagged him, not fifth-year option, but tagged him, it actually cost us more in the end, right? Like, he wanted like a 3-year 70 would have been fine. Instead, we were getting him on 1 year 24.7s, you know? So we were actually spending more doing that than just keeping him for that initial 3. I don't think it even matters to look at this because, you know, technically with an offline league, you literally save and redo it a million times if you want. But I guess, sure, why not? I don't know. I don't freaking know. But let's take a look at the overalls. Baker Mayfield, I am surprised. Of course, we do play the XP sliders a bit higher, 140 to 150 usually. But the big thing with this one is the training camps. That is what saved us. Training camp, automatic upgrade. We had one off-season where he got I think he went up 2 overalls, that one off-season training scenario. Obviously helps a lot. Egbuka, release isn't great, but very good. Very, very good. Looks awesome, actually. He's definitely the wide receiver one of the future. Then Godwin, he's an 88 overall. We'll take a look, but it probably doesn't matter too much. Still looks great. What's his abilities again? I'm pretty sure he has some pretty good ones, right? Yeah, some very solid good ones. Slot-o-matic and mid-in elite is pretty good. Pretty good indeed. McMillan, we obviously forced that dev because the game bugged out. You're supposed to get a dev up automatically, no matter what. It could be the worst season of all time if you win an award. He did that, and it wasn't even a bad season. I actually thought it was good enough to almost get him Superstar Dev. He doesn't even get damn star. The game's trying to cheat us, even when it's physically not allowed to. Bucky Irvin, was he always only 89 speed? Am I crazy, or is he faster than real life? He's shaking his head up, and now he's like, yeah, I am. Truck stiff arm aren't great, but elusiveness is through the roof. He's basically impossible to tackle on your own. Then we have, of course, Ron Hodge. Very good, super athletic. Always going to have that deep route lacking a little bit, but you do see that run block is crazy good. Obviously got to Superstar finally. I got to see Wirfs. Okay, I'm sorry. I just have to. 99 overall. Yeah, he's pretty good. Run block is not amazing, but it's still better than 99% of the league, so he's an amazing player. Number 1 left tackle, I'd imagine. Cody Mauk, 87 overall. This is why we put those sliders on higher, because, he's just not going to develop at all without them being on higher. And, these sack numbers for Madden are actually pretty damn good. Those sack numbers in Madden are 1 to 2 in real life. Graham Barton, 88 overall. Not a very good power blocker, which, for an interior guy, you got the frame to play tackle. I'd like a little bit better than that, right? This team does have, some decent offensive linemen in real life, so I figured I'll show them all. Kind of known. I wouldn't say known for their line, but line is recognizable, I should say. I think we took care of that. I guess we'll take a look at Hall, 83 overall. Buck Hall. Completely wasting this guy, but damn, is he good. Is he good? I mean, that is a player. That is a gem. Look at the defensive side of the ball. Tyke Smith, 86 overall. See what that zone looks like. 89 zone, 82. Man, he must be... No, he's not hybrid. Maybe he was hybrid and then he finally got to run stopper because, that's not run support. That's not a run support build. You have no zone coverage, okay block shed. He has great zone coverage with no block shed. Winfield, a 94 overall, really good. 91 speed, 92 excel. I would have expected him to be slower at this point. A lot of times these safeties, they just get random regression points even in their prime. Didn't happen this time, finally. Craig Clifford, 90 overall. Very athletic, of course, no block shed. That's the one problem with going for outside linebackers, pure outside linebackers, is they just have no coverage at all. It's very rare. Their A is like a middle linebacker's D. That's sus sounding. Another bad block shedder because, he's outside linebacker. Bradshaw, I have a feeling, just weirdly, he's going to be very balanced. And yeah, he will be. 85 zone, 78 block shed, 71 man coverage. I just don't see where the advantage is of playing an actual outside linebacker. It don't exist, I don't think. And then, of course, we have the corners. Jamel Dean, he's still good. Jamel Dean really makes it awkward for us with cornerback because, this is not a guy you bench. 91 press, 91 man, 89 zone. Great play rec, solid tackling. Awareness is up there. Speed is good. Not quite what it was, but it's still good. How do you bench that? Even if you got an X-Factor, how do you bench that? Zion McCollum, 87 overall. He's been pretty good. Press and man, press and zone aren't great, but man is great. Super speedy, good catching. That's all that matters. Speed, height, man coverage. He's locked down anybody with that. And then Morrison never really got a chance to start, as either will Elam, still very young, still very talented, 89 zone, 94 speed. Young as hell, obviously, but got that contract for us, which is super team-friendly. And then obviously Elam, even though he didn't actually start, still want to see how fast he glowed up as our number 4. Looks great. I mean, this is a guy that's primed to start. He would start on some other team, but we just have so much talent there, we can't. Diaby, can't believe how well he's played, yet not a single dev up to superstar. Great power move, super athletic, fair enough block shed and finesse. But look at this. I mean, every single season he had double digits. That is shockingly good. And I know we're in the Bills defense, but I've had teams, Bills sim seasons where guys that are truly developed in the 90s don't put up double digiters. I think it was with the Niners. I mean, Nick Bosa had was it 2 seasons under double digit, if I'm not mistaken? But David Walker, he was not as good, of course. He had that really good year in 2025. 2024 was solid. 2026 is okay, and then obviously last season was garbage for us. And then, of course, the defensive tackles, Vita Vea and Kalijah Cansey. Vita Vea making up for a little bit of the weight lackage from Kalijah, as they make for a fair enough defensive tackle duo, obviously, as they were good enough to help win a Super Bowl, I'll tell you that much. Kalijah Cansey looking great. Very undersized, but whatever. I don't care. Aaron Donald, how are you? Definitely nowhere near the same level of talent, but still. And then kicker Maddox, we already kind of knew he was going to be a superstar, but we'll take a look at both these guys. Even though Maddox didn't really get much of a chance to start, and he looked really bad in his first season actually starting, still, young special teamer. Some of you guys out there like the special teamer, so here we are. Ron Johnston. There you go. That's pretty much going to be it, though, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers rebuild. If you guys enjoy this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden content. Should have seen Oblivion yesterday. We'll be back with Chupacabras tomorrow, like we were a little earlier today. And then if you're interested in only rebuilds, we'll be back, I think, on Monday with another rebuild. Maybe another realistic style rebuild. I want to do another challenge at some point, but we'll get to that sooner or later. Biggest thing you can do for me, though, is let me know in the comment section below which team you'd like to see next. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya. And then, of course, shout out to all the members, brand new members, Josh Bowman and Randy H. Appreciate you guys a ton for joining as members. There's, of course, a members-only rebuild the 15th of every month. Maybe that's the reason why you joined. Check that out. There's a couple of emotes and whatnot that we'll probably have to update soon enough. Add some in there. I believe I have a couple of slots available. And appreciate you guys joining, all the members in general. And if you're wanting to become a member and you haven't already, click the join button next to the subscribe button. All the details will be in there. Regardless, member or not, appreciate y'all for watching, and see ya.